Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Here we go. 6 yards. 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
He finds some open field here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go. Check 31.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 83 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
It's 3rd and 7.
So now, 50. Hey, hold on. Check 53 is right.
Jackson from the shotgun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Jets 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on set. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, Charlie. Here we go.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Trying to lay one up, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. You gonna get it, Alpha? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Darnold now to throw. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
We're gonna sack. 48. Yo, 80. Come on there. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. School. Here, Lord. Check 24. Check 24.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return is Jones. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Muhammad. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We're going to sack. 40's a mic. 40's a mic. I smell fear now. Red lady. Here we go. Here's the touch.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, look, 48. Hey, we're going to make the
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 7, Darnold. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson, options out left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson flushed out right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far. And he'll get in! Touchdown, Baltimore! Mark Ingram as the first half is winding down as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Enunwa, the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Right there, 54.
This time Jackson will throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Marshall Yanda.
Let's go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, Delta.
Check, 48's the mic. Check.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And a Jets first down.
They'll run on first down. Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we gonna make the 48 right now.
From the 41, Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The shotgun snap for Darnold, eluding the pressure right. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go again with Muhammad. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down.
Here we go. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Back now in Baltimore. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Darnold. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
That QB's trash.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Now it's Crowder. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack, Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, wahoo!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
He's checking credit.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 31, Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. Here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a desperate, they've got his man, complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything.
That's caught inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
His throw caught right around the 6. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will get him 1 closer. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D. We go, son. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go mic 40, mic 40.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was